What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. We're going to get started on this MotoStars video. This is one of the newer ones. We got some side swipes here, some crashes. So what we're going to be doing when it comes to this is figuring out how it happened, what happened, close calls, some crashes, trying to prevent some of that stuff, utilizing the plan method, which we're going to talk a little bit here, talk about some patterns. It's an educational video, so please stick around for it. So let's jump right into it.
Hey everyone, glad you could make it. Today I've got another intense video.
I don't like this positioning because when we're going to go over this part real quick. So positioning for safety, right? So we want a good line of sight in front of us. We want to have a good escape path, and we all want to have a good space cushion. I can't see past this vehicle. I don't like that. So I want to be off to the sides a little bit more. But let's go and take a look at what happens here.
These situations
okay, so now we can see. Oh, kind of swerve back into our lane.
Check this out then, ride safe.
Couldn't do much about that, but kept the bike up. So very good. Why would that person do that? I don't know. But when I was talking about... Let's go back just to this.
Hey everyone, glad you could make it. Today I've got another intense video for you. I hope this situation...
Let's go back just a little bit. Sorry, something came up. So when it comes to line of sight, you can't see much right here. So this is why I like to be off to the sides. This side over here is not the greatest because you don't have a space cushion to the right, and it's a pretty bad escape because you can only use the shoulder. But I do like to be off to the side a little bit. And you're going to see the line of sight open up.
Video for you. I hope this situation...
Right there. There's the line of sight. So if you're riding to the sides of your lane, this is kind of the view that you get. Truck on the left blocked them.
And the warning, so check this out then. Ride safe.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. He just kind of did that. Kind of a D-bag move a little bit, but good job keeping the bike up. All right, so we're going to swerve or go around this roundabout. Lost some traction. So it could be gravel, it could be tires, it could be we accelerated a little too hard, we leaned a little bit too far. Lots of different issues. So in order to really practice like your slow speed stuff, because this is kind of slow speed, kind of turning, finding the balance of the bike, finding out what your bike can do. One thing you can do is go to the store and check out the new Smart Rider games. It's the drills, but in a game format. There is a game setup, but these are some beginner ones. That's the game rules, but a ton of drills, having some fun, practicing. And if you get the physical version, you do get the digital version. So you can put this on your phone mount. There's also the digital version by itself. And if you click the QR code or scan the QR code in the actual physical one, so I click it, it will take you to the video of me demonstrating it so that you have at least an idea of what it is you're getting into. But you're going to practice your slow speed stuff, so tight turns, figure eights, head and eye movement. You're going to figure out how to balance the bike. You're going to friction zone, throttle control, all those things, and see if you can time yourself and beat my time that's in the video. That'd be kind of fun. Check it out. Links in the store, links in the description to the store. There's a discount code in the description too for it. Let's go ahead and keep looking. Okay, Harry. I see that. I see that. We're doing this live. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. 212. I think I see a K, so it's kilometers per hour. Somebody write that. I mean, that's basically 100 miles an hour, right? So we got some speed wobbles. Okay, got some speed wobbles. Something I learned recently from an Instagram reel, right, is that it's not always the front suspension being damaged, right? So this is what's happening to the front suspension, basically. That's why your handlebars are doing this. So it's not always the tire being damaged, the front tire, and having, or maybe low PSI. It might not always be the front suspension acting funny. It might not always be you accidentally doing that. Something I learned was that your rear suspension, especially at the speed wobbles, right? Your rear suspension could be too soft that when you accelerate super hard, it compresses the rear because, like, you know, you're doing this, right? It compresses the rear, so it takes traction off that front tire, which causes this. So just like the opposite of doing good progressive brake pressure, when you do good progressive brake pressure, you're applying a little bit of front brake, so then weight transfers to the front tire so you have more traction, so that when you apply more and more and more, you're able to stop. When you accelerate super hard, which we all knew that it kind of lifts the front end a little bit, but if your rear suspension's like too soft or damaged, it raises it more than it really should, and especially at these higher speeds at 130, 120 miles an hour, right? It's going to make it to where you could have that speed wobble. So it's not only, like I said, the tire, the front suspension, hitting a bump or whatever. It could be, guys, check out your rear suspension. or don't speed. There's that. Don't go super hard like that. But yeah, that was really cool to hear. So rear suspension could be a problem there. I forgot who I heard it from. Sorry if you're watching this. Write in the chat if you're the one that did it. I started following that person though. After that, it was great information. All right, so what happened here? So great swerve, by the way, real quick. We're gonna go say something nice. Don't like the helmet. Okay, not smart. We're coming from the far right lane to go to the left lane. Okay, cool, right? It could be done. I've done it. So that's a great swerve. Great swerve, and I'll be teaching that in the new Academy course. But we're coming up on this dude. It's not good. So this is a dirt bike, though. Probably knobbies. Less traction on the road. It's great for the dirt. And so then he loses rear tire traction and then basically falls down. So this is why as smart riders we acquire and use personal protective equipment. So having a full gear, having that arm or the shoulder protection, the elbow protection, abrasion resistance, that half helmet's not going to do much. And he's going to go ahead and slide across his butt. That's why you have pants. So he's probably doing fine the bike, and now he's got to deal with insurance. He's probably running away. All right, here we go.
Situation, the driver completely missed the approach
Speedo. Why?
rider, but the biker was alert and riding a safe speed.
He turned off the Speedo and then he put it back on. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. Sorry. That was the side of the vehicle. You see that? 50 kilometers an hour speed limit, right? And what I was saying, side of the vehicle. Let's see if this is the problem right here. Side of the vehicle. We're talking about patterns. That person's going to pull out probably, right? Part of plan is locating hazardous situations. Is that a relevant threat? Navigate if it's an active one. But here's the funny part.
Safe speed.
64. Now, is that like a typically in your area, those of you that use kilometers, could you get a ticket for that? Because I know if we're over like 5-10 miles an hour, maybe 10 miles an hour here, we'll probably get a ticket. 5, not so much. You know, what's like the buffer typically? Or it really depends on the cops. All right, let's see if this is the side of the vehicle the problem. There it is. Side of the vehicle is the problem. Good job with the braking. Let's take a look at that.
Alert and riding a safe speed.
Good job with the braking. So the braking's helpful. Did really good progressive braking. The only problem is that look at where we stop. So when we talk about total stopping distance, this is why it's so important to have swerving in your skill set and emergency acceleration also in your skill set. Because sometimes emergency braking might put you in a spot where you can get hit. So you need to know your total stopping distance and you need to know what your bike can do. Okay?
But the biker was alert.
So if we stop, let's say we're applying the brakes in an intersection and we stopped inside the intersection, not good. Because we're about to hit a red light. We're running a red light. We're like, oh no. So we tried to stop, but we stopped in the intersection because we couldn't stop in time. Not good. You might have to accelerate through. Here, we stopped right in front. If that person kept going, we just put ourselves in that spot. So it might be good to brake and then swerve. Maybe brake, swerve, and then have to accelerate out. They're all tools in your tool belt. But what we can say here was really good progressive braking. You notice how he didn't slip and slide anywhere? So really good on that. Casually splitting, okay. Everyone's just kind of all over the place. The person's right up on you. Honestly, it's not a big deal. Just treat them like another rider, kind of side by side with you. Just stay a little bit away. Now the driver should sit back. A 10% speed grace typically, yeah. Ooh, this is dangerous. Open lane pattern. Oh, super close. So look ahead. You got that other cyclist, motorcyclist. So open lane pattern. And watch out for gaps. So open lane pattern, what that is that if there's a long line, somebody's gonna want to come out. Okay, typical. But watch out for these gaps. People will allow somebody to kind of go through. I did that for somebody yesterday, going to Costco. It was 3 lanes basically. So me and someone else in 2 lanes stopped to let somebody go through. That person wasn't going to turn though because that 3rd lane was still moving. Still watch out. So that gap's pretty scary. So at this point, like I said, braking might not be the solution. Accelerating, emergency acceleration, give it a little blip to get yourself out of there. might be what you need to do. So put that in your toolbox.